Hi beautiful ladies, welcome back to my channel. So welcome back to episode 3 of the Glow Up series. Today I want to talk to you about weight loss and weight management and give you some tips on how to achieve this. Now I've said this before in a few other videos, but maintaining a healthy body weight is essential, not only for improving your pretty privilege and by extension, your ability to social climb, because people in general respect those who look good and those who are in shape. You can see this anywhere on social media and anywhere in real life, the way that people react to and respond to people who are in shape compared to someone who is overweight. On top of that, maintaining a healthy body weight is essential for good health. Okay, the more fat that you put on is the more that you are increasing your risk of developing diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and even contracting reproductive issues like PCOS, fibroids, absent periods, painful periods, etc. And that is because, especially in women, when you have excess fat, it slows down your metabolism and it negatively impacts your body's ability to burn fat for energy. And then when you have excess fat, especially if you have the fat around your organs called visceral fat, that can create issues like fatty liver, and then your body simply is not able to metabolize excess toxins that are stored in the fat cells. So this is very important for your health, and it's reported that over 60% of Black women are overweight. And as I've said time and time again before, Black women does not just mean unambiguous Black women. There are many women who are ambiguous and multiracial, biracial, who self-report as Black. And so when these studies are put out, they are also accounted in these statistics. Having a healthy body weight also improves your self-confidence and image for obvious reasons. As I stated before, people tend to react better to people who are in shape. This goes for both men and women, and they are respected. That's simply because people perceive a good body weight, a healthy body weight with self-control, and it's a sociological wiring to respect people who have self-control, because then it gives off the impression that you are in control of your surroundings. And if you are in control of your surroundings in your life in general, then you are someone who can be trusted. And I know that people will say, oh, well, skinny people can have health issues as well. That's correct. Obviously, if you are dealing with anorexia or bulimia or other eating disorders, then yes, you will have health issues. And you can also be what they call skinny fat. You can have a small frame, but have a lot of fat around your midsection, which is honestly the most dangerous type of fat to have over any other part of your body, because your vital organs are there, and that can contribute to an increased risk of contracting the health issues that I mentioned previously. So if you are looking to lose weight or maintain your weight, the number one thing that you need to start with is having a healthy diet. And when I say diet, I don't mean like adopting a fad diet like keto or vegan or intermittent fasting even. I'm talking about the quality of food that you eat and the nutrients of food that you eat and the amount of food that you eat. Okay, you need to get this under control before you even think about going into the gym, because I've heard people say things like, oh, I work out every day so that I can be able to eat whatever you want. And unfortunately, that's not how it works. It is much, especially if you live in North America, our food is very calorie dense. And so it's much easier to overeat than it is to actually burn what you eat. Okay, so you want to make sure that if you would like to lose weight, that you're eating in a calorie deficit. So you want to make sure that you burn more than what you eat so that your body can lose the weight. Okay, if you were eating highly processed foods that have high empty calories, it doesn't matter if you work out 7 days a week, twice a day, you're not going to see any results in the gym. And then become frustrated and say, oh, how come I'm not really losing any weight? And as I said in the previous video, the exoticals of the week, it all starts in the mind. So until you convince yourself and make peace within yourself that this is something that you want to do, and that you are willing to undo the harmful habits that you have that have contributed to your unhealthy weight, then nothing is going to change. So get your diet under control. Make sure that you get rid of processed foods. Processed foods like packaged foods, ramen noodles, chicken nuggets, French fries. These are very calorie dense and they are filled with chemicals that make them very calorie dense. Next, you want to focus on portion control. Standard American portions are much larger than the rest of the world. So you want to always opt for the smaller version if you are going to be eating out. Sometimes they have like a skinny menu. Like for example, at the Cheesecake Factory, they have a skinny menu. That's just basically food that has smaller portions. Or when I'm at home and I'm cooking my food, I don't have any large dinner plates. I eat on like the medium-sized plates. They're like a size bigger than the small little dessert plates. I eat on that so that I trick my brain into thinking that I'm having a full meal, and I just plate my food accordingly. I make sure that half of my plate has veggies and then the other half has an adequate amount of protein and healthy fat. Which leads me to my next point. You want to make sure that you're eating more protein. Most women are not getting enough protein. That's something that we think that you should only eat if you are weight training, which is not correct. The reason why you want to eat protein is number one, it helps you to feel full longer, but also when you increase your protein intake, you are assisting your body in developing muscle, and muscle development helps you to burn fat a lot faster. Just as a general rule of thumb, have a source of protein in every meal. It can be chicken breast, it can be sardine, it can be salmon, it can be chicken thigh. Like, you don't need to get too specific. Just make sure that you have an adequate portion of protein in every meal so that you're checking off that box. Next, you want to make sure that you are doing resistance or weight training a few times a week. So that can be as often as 3 to 4 times a week. You really don't need to overdo it in the gym. You don't need to work out every day to lose weight. Most influencers that I follow, like Najla Mallet, if you see her on the screen there, look at how fit her body is. Like, she is summertime fine all year round, okay? Because her body is fit and in shape. But she only works out 3 days a week. I don't know if that's always been that way, but it really doesn't matter because you can still obviously see her gains to see that she's able to maintain an amazing physique. And it only requires 3 days a week. Want a more like lean, model-esque look, then I would say opt for Pilates. Pilates is not easy. People think that, oh, you just sit on a mat and stretch. It is not anything like yoga. If anyone who has done a Pilates class will tell you that it is extremely challenging because it places a lot of resistance on your body, on your muscles. You're basically using your body weight to apply pressure so that you can tonify and activate those muscle groups. So if you like that more lean, slender look, like the Lori Harvey look, then I would highly recommend Pilates. You can do that 3 days a week. I like to follow Move with Nicole. Every week she posts a routine, a 5 or 6 day routine that you can follow from the comfort of your home. All you need is a yoga mat and your body, and it's very simple to follow. It's simple to follow, but they're not easy. So just keep that in mind. But again, one thing to remember is that if you're trying to achieve the goal of weight loss, you shouldn't always look for comfort because no one ever achieved anything great within comfort. Okay, you need to get out of your comfort zone in order to reach that next level. I'd also recommend walking everywhere. So if that means parking your car at the grocery store, like parking far and walking to the door, do that. If you can walk to the grocery store from where you live or the library or the mall or wherever you need to go, as opposed to driving, do that. Or just simply walking, taking a daily walk, maybe after work or during your lunch break around the neighborhood will really help. And some people even have a goal of achieving 10,000 steps a day. That's a really great way to keep your body moving, to keep your heart pumping. And when you're doing that, you're also helping to burn calories. And lastly, you can use supplements to help bolster your results. I like to use berberine and l-carnitine. They call berberine nature's Ozempic. There was a study put out by Healthline where it said that participants who took berberine lost 3.6% of their body fat, and a review of 12 additional studies found that supplementing with berberine led to significant reductions in body weight, body mass index, and belly fat, because berberine works to reduce your insulin resistance, which will allow the blood sugar lowering insulin to be more effective. It increases glycolysis, which helps your body to break down sugar inside of your cells. It decreases sugar production in your liver, and it slows the breakdown of carbohydrates in your gut. And then l-carnitine helps to convert your fat stores into energy, so it doesn't immediately rely on food that you have in your system to fuel you. So you can imagine, if your body is only relying on food for fuel, then you constantly need to be eating in order to keep up with that demand. L-carnitine trains your body to rely on your fat stores and to convert that into energy, so that you're not required to be eating all the time, which is why they recommend that you take L-carnitine on an empty stomach, so that you're telling your body, like, okay, start going to the fat stores and use that for energy. It's recommended as well that you take this before you do a workout, so that it can help give you stamina and endurance to help get through the workout. All right, I hope you found this video useful, and just with everything else that I mentioned in this video and other topics, always check with your doctor before you try any new workout routines or any new supplements, just to make sure that it's right for you, especially if you are on medication. Some medications can interact with supplements, and some conditions you simply just cannot overexert yourself. So speak with your healthcare provider and get their advice and their supervision as well. All right, let me know what you think about this one. Do you have any other tips that you can share on how to lose weight and how to maintain your weight? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.